Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of auctions. We will navigate the legal intricacies, explore digital innovations, delve into the economic impact, uncover hidden treasures, and ensure your confidence with consumer protection. So whether you're a seasoned pro or a curious newcomer, this is your backstage pass to the voice of auction. Graham, thank you so much for joining this conversation today. Thank you for making our time to be here in this beautiful venue.
Thank you for having me. It's
all right. We're here to actually discuss a very important topic in auction. Something that a lot of people are like, how does that happen? How doesn't that happen? Well, or whatnot. But what are the different types of scams and corruptions in auction that we know and we don't know?
One of the interesting things is that we don't know. We it is evolving at a rate we cannot keep up with. So the social media platforms are definitely a serious target because it brings a lot of people, brings them quickly, and they're open to all sorts of misuse. So the guys get onto social platforms, they see a wow, and they share it. It goes viral in a very short space of time. If you have a look at the hits on some of the Facebook pages that have gone up, just for argument's sake, duplicating our website or our personal business platform, it is incredible. And as fast as you get hold of Facebook to try and shut those down, the new ones pop up and they just keep evolving. And so in that respect, it's very, very difficult to stop because you bring down 2 pages and you keep commenting on it, but as fast as you're commenting, they're blocking your comments. So it's very, very difficult to control and to manage.
Yeah.
One of the interesting ones that's come up recently is the employment or the offer of employment scam, where I arrived at the office and you've got a guy waiting for you who says he's here to collect his paycheck, and you're saying to him, but what for? Where does this come from? No, he sold 2 cars online for me, and we're planning, according to his agreement with Park Village,
oh wow,
he's here to collect his payslip because he sold 2 cars, obviously for a scamster. And on selling 2 cars, he was made an offer of permanent employment, and he was there to now make that good. So it really is a dangerous, dangerous place out there at the moment.
Oh wow. So just tell me about it. I'm dazed. I'm dazed. Actually, just made me go very blank. Like this.
We are seeing probably 2 or 3 a day nationwide. We're dealing with it every single day, and every single day I'm amazed at how creative. They're guys who know your business, so they have been in my business. The things they're telling people who come to us and say we've been scammed, what they're telling these people is that they're dealing with certain people within the business, so they know the names, they know the setup of your business, they know your office hours, they know your address. They're sending people to you to come and collect the vehicles that they've been scammed out of. So you're dealing with a lot of traumatized people. You're dealing with people who are angry, obviously very angry with us, and us having absolutely no control over what's going on. And it's becoming it's a scourge at the moment. It's really, and the profiling is so good. They know who they're dealing with. They are clever guys. So if they're dealing with this type of individual, they will send that type of individual in to deal with them. It's sophisticated, it's big, and it's getting bigger. It really is.
And how are you as an auctioneer actually fighting this sort of corruption?
What we're doing here today is a form of fighting it. So for us, it's an education process. We do physically put boards up on our floors now that say, please beware of scammers. No vehicle can be removed from an auction prior to an auction. No deal can be made before an auction. Everything sold through us goes to free and public auction. It has to be sold on auction. And so by trying to educate people, the websites, the Facebook pages, we keep putting up the scam alerts. And it's an ongoing fight. I spend after hours just for fun going through the Facebook pages and trying to to combat this. It's an education. There is no other way to do it.
Yeah.
We've been to the authorities. Without getting into too much detail, they're not really interested, and I don't think they have the resources to attempt to fight this kind of. It's a sophisticated crime. It's got no face. It lives behind a profile picture. It lives behind a firewall. It lives behind. So you don't even know where these people are. We've tried to trace the cell phone numbers. I know these guys personally now. I can phone them and they say, "You, Graham, you stay in your lane. We stay in our lane. This is our business. That's your business." That's how well we know each other. But we've tried to trace the phones. It just changes. They hop phone. Next thing you phone, same guy. He knows my voice. He knows me by name. It's
Oh
really
no,
quite
that is something very different. But you know, education and awareness is important, and that's obviously educating, you know, the buyers rather. So, what from the perspective of consumers now, we're taking it that because it's a two-way thing. It's here,
Brilliant,
it's
yeah.
also there.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
what is from the perspective of actually now the buyers behind at home?
Yeah.
What are they? What crime are they also perpetrating?
Well, the buyers at home. You mean the guy who's being taken in by the scam? He's got basically these guys. The too good to be true theory exists here. So if it's too good to be true, it is. It's not true. It's just not. So when you look at something and you realize this is too good to be true, and you've got that feeling, it is what it is. Yeah. So, but people, again, it's human nature, and especially when you've got talented guys on the other side pushing the narrative to say, this is legit, we promise you, this is legit. And they are so very good at it. So the guy who's approaching the scammer to purchase is looking for a bargain. He's trying to steal the car. He's trying to, get it at a very good price, and they know it's just not. It's not reasonable. They're also coming to the floor. On our floors, they come to we present a viewing day. They come legitimately to a viewing day, and we believe that these guys are moving amongst the viewers on our floors in the viewing day, and they're saying to them, "We'll take this car off for you. This is where the element of that little shady deal that we can do for you on the side." And reputable auctioneers, unfortunately, these days it's just not going to be an option. You cannot remove a vehicle from an auction floor and present it to you through a back door, as it were. You think about most of those, or a lot of those vehicles are repossessed. The guy whose vehicle it was deserves to have the best shot at getting the best return on that vehicle. You can't be doing backdoor deals.
So that's it. Well, I mean, talking about this now, that these people actually come, on auction days, it leads me to the next question. Is there anything like bid rigging, and how does it work?
Bid rigging is a very difficult. They used to be known as rings. So you have a ring where certain guys will get together on a number of vehicles or a number of assets and decide we're not going to bid more than this on that asset, and so they form this ring that agrees on those certain selected items. We're not going to bid more than this. In other words, trying to cram and then they bully the purchasers on the floor not to bid against them. So that was bid rigging, a ring, or bid rigging as it was known. Much more difficult these days with the advent of online bidding. What we do now is we start to shuffle up bidder numbers so that your bidder number is not known. They're randomly allocated, and you don't know who you're bidding against. You don't know who you're not bidding against. So it makes it very difficult to see, and it guarantees that anonymity for the buyer who is buying and wants to remain anonymous. And these things have all managed to kind of corral that and bring that down. So we're not seeing as much bid rigging and as much ring fence or ringing of lots as we used to. Online auctions have made a big difference.
So they've actually, you're saying that online auctions have actually reduced the scams a little, but reduced it from this side, but increased it from that side.
Unfortunately, exactly that. What it's done is it's presented an opportunity for guys who are very, very creative. As I say, it just gets better and better. And not to say that there aren't guys still doing it in person. We've recently been involved with a guy who he sat in my office and And he told me straight up, and he's wanted in a number of police stations around the country. And he
my
sat in
God.
front of me, and we had a conversation, and it's it really is.
You've seen a
quite
lot.
fun. I've seen a lot. Yeah. I have piles of paperwork regarding this, and with people who have been taken, and it's quite sad because, generally the people who are being taken are looking for a bargain for a reason, and it's an affordability thing, and this is where they're taking advantage of that section where people are desperate. They're desperate to have a car, desperate to have something, and they're being exploited. It's really quite sad.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for sharing that insight. You've talked a lot about education and awareness, which I believe that SIRE is doing such a great work.
Indeed.
Because we're here.
Yes.
But internally, what education and what awareness are they do you think, because you're part of SIRE, internally, what education, what awareness is SIRE as an organization or as an institution, clamoring amongst members to ensure that these things don't occur with their members?
Indeed, I think the obligation does lie with us and with SIRE, us as a company, our individual auction companies, as well as with SIRE, and we have done a number of initiatives with SIRE. So one of the big things is information sharing. So as soon as we've got a scam that we feel is something new, or it's something that's evolving, we try and share it as soon as possible with SIRE, that they can share it amongst the members. That is crucial. It's very, very important. But it starts, Sidi, at grassroots. So right from your staff. We now have staff programs where we're saying to the guys, you need to look out for this. If somebody comes in and they're asking this, you need to just be a little bit aware about what you're kind of, the information you're giving out and how you're giving that information out. Obviously, it's impossible to judge between a scammer and a real buyer. It's so difficult. But to watch out for people leading other people on the auction floor itself, in other words, showing them, as if they're staff members, they're imitating staff and that type of thing. Looking out for the little signs that may indicate that people are taking people in. And that's where the education starts, right there. And then so we bring it up through management to look for these people, try and keep an eye. We have identified 1 or 2 people that we have tagged as kind of undesirable, and we've exercised our right of admission, and that's what we can do. But education, that's all we can do.
Well, thank you so much, Graham. It feels so good to have you here. Man, I think my perspective has changed completely. Thanks for that, and I'm sure that our viewers actually enjoy that. Thank you so much, and have a good one.
Only a pleasure. You take care.